Hello Craftaholics, and if this is your first time here, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Peggy and welcome to my studio. Now, in my last haul video, I mentioned I was doing a Galentine swap. And one of the things that I want to gift my partner is some wax seals. Now, they're not made yet because when I went through my stash, I really only have two of the stamps that are kind of appropriate for Valentine's Day. I have a heart and a rose. And I wanted to do more of a variety. So I'm trying not to say and there went one. Anyway, they're coming in a couple of days. But I said, let me work on the packaging. Because when you're in a swap, honestly, okay, what you make is the most important thing. Next important is presentation. So I normally get just a little box, like with sections in it, kind of like you get at the Dollar Tree, like the small ones, and I'll decorate the box and I'll put a few in each compartment. But I want to do something different, and I have these jars. I got these on Amazon, and I will list whatever I can on down below. And if it's from Amazon, it is an affiliate link, so I make a little bit of a commission if you purchase through it. But these are 8-ounce jars. They're just plastic. But I figured that'd be really cute, but I don't like the black top. So I decided to decorate it. And honestly, when I was talking to my husband about it, he went, really? Like, I don't think he could envision what I was talking about, but I want to use some of the Dollar Tree vinyl to cover the lid. And then, which I've actually already cut out a couple of pieces to use here. And I also want to use some of the lace I got at Dollar Tree. The roses, I also got the doilies there. That was in the haul. The roses are the ones from Hobby Lobby. And then some of these gems. So I've never really, this is like the first time I'm trying to do this. So I did do a practice run, but this is the first, So first thing I want to do, and like I said, I figured I'd bring you guys along. I didn't say that, but I'm saying it now. Okay. So first thing I want to do is get some cleaner. I'm going to take the lid off the jar because, there. Okay. I'm going to get just some, it's just some regular all-purpose cleaner. And I just want to make sure that there's no yuckies on the lid that might keep the vinyl from adhering. So there's, and if you hear some squeaks, it's my seat. It has decided to, I guess, begin talking. So I do apologize, but yeah. Okay, let me put this aside. First thing I'm going to do is cover the lid. So this strip is cut, it's about it's about a half inch to fit around the side. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to trace this. Let me get a pen. I'm going to trace around the lid, but I'm going to leave some room because when I cut it, I'm going to cut it with just a little bit extra so I can fold it over the sides. Okay, there you go, that's good. Okay, oh, a friend made me this pen. Isn't it gorgeous? I love that. Okay, let me put that aside. Now, like I said, if you take the cover off your scissors, they work a lot better. Okay. I'm going to cut and leave, I guess a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. Probably about 3/8 more likely. Around the outside of my circle. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, if you have dies, you can use a die to cut it out. But it's really not necessary. We're really just covering it. And whatever's on the sides, that's what that's going to cover up. That side. Okay, so first thing I need to do is get my eyes on. Where are my glasses? Oh my goodness, they're sliding. There we go. Okay. My computer sits like over here, and my glasses are sliding under it, under the monitor. Not good. Anyway, okay. This is probably the hardest part right here of the whole project, is getting the backing off the vinyl. It's a lot easier when you're weeding something. Let me get where's my pokey tool? If you're weeding vinyl, it's a lot easier than this. Oh, come on. Oh, my fingers just aren't working. I've been having really bad days with my hands lately. And if you're new here, I have some issues with my hands where I'm right-handed, but my right hand doesn't want to work. Geez Louise. It doesn't work very well anymore. So, there we go. Okay. That was embarrassing. Anyway, I'm just going to lay this down. And I'm going to center the cap the best I can. That looks pretty good. Okay. It's not, well, you know what, it's down there now. It'll work. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me smooth out all the air bubbles there. And if there's like if you have air bubbles you can't get rid of, it's fine. We can cover them. Not a big deal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go around the outside and I'm just going to put some little snip marks. So when I fold it over, it lays a little bit flatter than it would without them. So just about every half inch or whatever, I'm just putting a little snip. And I'm not going all the way to the top. If you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of space so it doesn't split or anything. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start by folding one over. Then I'm actually going to go skip one and go over to the next one. I don't know if this really makes a difference, and then go back like that. So I think it works a little bit better, but it may not. I don't know. But I'm going to do every other one, and then I will come back around. Or you can do them as you go. Whichever. Just make sure you get them down nice and smooth. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but again, this is actually also going to be covered. So we're just mainly, and I know the black isn't, you can still see it like coming through, but the main thing is just so you're not seeing black. You know what I mean? Just like black staring at you. We're just trying to cover it up a little bit to make it look a little prettier. Put that down, and then there we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take this piece. I'm just going to peel a little bit, because that's from the edge, so it's easier to peel. I'm going to peel a little bit, and I am going to start, I'm going to line it up at the bottom of the lid. So, right, you can see, right at the bottom of the lid. So, to try to, but that wasn't quite at the bottom. Just to hide, we're just hiding the black part, mainly. And I'm going crooked. Here we go. And if you hear noises, I apologize. My neighbors are being extremely loud lately, and I don't know why. But, okay. Yet, like I said a little bit ago, besides the actual swap items, your presentation is the next most important thing, because you want to receive something, you want to send something to somebody that you would want to get yourself. There we go. I'll just save that little piece there, put it aside. So you really want to make it look nice. You even decorate the inside of your box that you're mailing it in. It's so your partner opens up and goes, wow, because that's the same thing you would want to do. You know, just be blown away. So that's why I'm going the extra mile with this. Anyway, let me get one of these. Okay, that's just one. These are really hard to separate if you've ever used the paper doilies. Sometimes you think you have one and you have like three. It's cray-cray. Let me put those away over there. So what I was thinking was taking it, putting it down and cutting around it. So I think maybe about right there. So I think what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, because I'll be working with ribbon anyway. So I'm just going to pull out the Fabri-Tac. I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit on here just to kind of anchor it on the lid when I'm cutting, so it doesn't slip too much. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to come back and add more, and I'm going to, oops, it slid. I'm just going to come and cut around here. I can always fix it. I just want to get the bulk of that. Of the doily cut off. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Now now you can even pick it up. It doesn't matter because you know where the edge is. So now I'm gonna add some more Fabri-Tac. That's a little more than I intended. I'm just gonna put some dots on these just to kind of hold it in place. Then I'm going to line it up again. Get a little glue string there with the edge. Okay. It's coming over the edge, but that's fine. Okay. Now that it's all the way down, I can come back and I can trim off anything that's hanging over too much. Just want it to look nice and tidy. Because again, you want to send something that you would want to receive. So, okay. And if you're doing something like that, okay, first of all, don't slice your fingers on the scissors. But I'm using, these are like non-stick scissors. So, you want to use something like that if you're cutting on something that has glue or sticky or anything. You want to try to use non-stick. And the Westcott ones that you can get at Walmart, there's like a whole set of them. I have them somewhere, but I just can't find them. They are also non-stick surface. Okay, and it may not be even, but you know it looks good. Okay, now I have some of these roses that I got from Hobby Lobby, and when I'm going to, and I already cut the little stems off of them. I've got glue all over the place here. Okay. I'm going to, this is really quick and easy, but wait till you see the impact that it makes. It's crazy. Okay, I'm going to put a good dollop on there of glue. And then I'm going to put the first one, I think right there in that, right there in that little point. Okay. And it's going to take this a little bit to dry, but let me take my next one, and I'm going to put it right there. And I know I have glue strings, it's fine. They will come off. Okay. How's everybody doing? I still can't believe we're in 2023. That's crazy, isn't it? Good Lord. Time flies. So, let's see, especially the older you get. Trust me. Put that down just a little bit. They're not flat on the bottom, so it takes, that's why I'm putting a little extra glue just to make sure that, and this one doesn't seem to want to hold very well, but I'm putting like extra glue just to make sure it has something to latch onto there to hold it steady. I'm going to take one pink one and put it in the middle of all of them. I think that's cute since everything else is pink. Just give a little nod to the pink there in the middle. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. All right, there's that part. And then I was thinking, let's see, for this I'm not going to use Fabri-Tac because it just comes out too heavy. I'm going to use a couple of these little acrylic gems that I got at Hobby Lobby. I think I'm going to use the smallest ones. I think I'm going to use pink and white. But I'm going to use some Barely Art glue, which I really need to get another bottle so I have an actual Barely Art bottle. Okay, and I got my little quick stick here. I am going to, I'm going to take a small white one, because the colors for our swap are red, white, and pink. Okay, I'm going to put, I think right here, I'm going to put a dot of glue. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And I'm going to put down a white gem. And to get pink, I will put one here. Okay. And let me grab another one on the other side. Just a little bit of sparkle. Not a whole lot. I don't want this to be like glitzy, really glitzy. I just want it to be pretty. Okay. Now, whatever glue has seeped out of the sides, it will dry clear, so it's not a big deal. But I think that's good for the top. Then, let's see. Let me close these. I always have nightmares when I use these, accidentally hitting it and everything just going everywhere. I would cry. I would get on the floor in the fetal position and cry like a baby. Anyway, so I think I'm going to... Boy, my Fabri-Tac bottle is a disaster here. But the neatest thing about it is since it's silicone glue, you can just like pick it right off and it's no problem. Okay, let's add a little bit of glue just to the top. And then I'm going to put my lace right there. You can start wherever you want, in the front, in the back. It doesn't matter. As long as if you match it up well enough, you won't be able to tell where it begins and where it ends, if you can manage that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I do not. So, we're just going to go around. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I never put glue around the whole thing because that's when you have a tendency to get a little messy. At least I do. And I'd rather just keep it nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race, right? And this way you also have a little more control when you're going a little bit slower. I'm just tamping it down into the glue so everything holds nice and neatly. And then what I'm going to do, because I see where it is here, okay, I'm hoping that this works. Cutting right there. And I'm going to end up stretching this a little bit. Oops, sorry guys. Because I'm just kind of pulling it a little taut because the distance between the designs, it's leaving me like just a hair short. Okay, and I kind of went down here where it's all going to meet together to kind of mush everything together. But see, you can barely tell where it goes together. And that's just, unless it falls apart like that. Just because I kind of stretched it a little bit to make it all fit. But see, it's really, I mean, you can tell it's there, but it's a little bit more difficult to tell. So I'm going to put a little more glue just under those parts of the hearts. So kind of, my thumb is sticky. Just to kind of bring it together a little bit more and make it look a little more like the other parts. There. See, that'll be better. And you really can't tell what's what. And then just make sure everything is down nice. If you have a little bit of loose little bit, you can just add a little more Not a lot, just a little bit of the Fabri-Tac. I'm going to put that down. Okay, make sure everything's nice and stuck. And then all we have to do to let it, I'm going to let it dry. I usually let something like this dry overnight, or a few hours at the very least. But like I said, it'll be sitting for a while. It is actually Sunday, and I don't get the things till Tuesday, so it'll have a good while to sit. And then once it dries, you have a gorgeous jar. There you go. See that? All nice and pretty. And the thing is, okay, let's test this. Yep, even with the lace on, you can get it off easily. You just kind of grip it a little firmly so your hand doesn't slide. But you can get it off and on. I was a little concerned about that part. If the lace would make it a little difficult to undo, but it didn't. So there you go. Just with a few little things, you have something so pretty. Let me hold it up so you can see it a little bit better. Isn't that pretty? And then there's that lace. So pretty. And you really, even though the black kind of comes through, you really you can't tell. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with a crafty friend. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Every little bit helps, and I want to invite everybody into my crafty family. So that's all I have for you today. I will see you in a couple days for the next one. Bye, guys.